Good day. Hey there. Good day, everybody. I am Michelle Snow, the coach making connections. It's going to be a good one, folks. Welcome to the room. I'm so glad you're here. So, I'm popping in on your Friday as you all get ready for an incredible weekend. There's a lot going on here. There's storms and snow, feet deep in California. Philadelphia has had weather from 70 degrees to now freezing. It's a lot going on these streets. So I just wanted to jump in to your world for a moment. Wish you a great weekend, give you some tips, and let's talk a little bit about get out. So this is the show and the conversation where you get that real time scoop, skinny, and tea for what's happening in the business community and to help you to level up. So I need you all to buckle up. Let's get ready for this ride because you know it's going to be a good one. All right. So stay there, stay tuned, and we will be right back. Okay, it is that time. Thank you all for chiming in. So for those of you who are watching this live, hey, and for those of you who are catching this on replay, I'm so glad that you're here and you decided to take some time out and hang out with me and see what is she talking about now. I do my best so that these conversations are never a waste of your time and that you always walk away feeling a bit inspired and informed. I know I always share tips with you to help you in ways to grow your business or your leadership. So, first up, for those of you who are here peeking behind the curtain, you don't want me to know that you're here, busted. I may not know, but Facebook knows. Say hi to me in the chat and let me know that you're here. I like to also hear what you are working on. What are your projects and what are you most excited about in this Black History Month? How are you making your mark in your communities, neighborhoods, and business? And how are you going to bust loose as we close out quarter one? Like, March is Women's History Month. So that is the month of the sisters. So I like to start off in February with us like deepening our understanding of our ancestors and our powers and using this month to really catapult ideas and dreams so that as we move into the season of the woman, the season of the female, getting that feminine essence all around us, you going strong. I had the pleasure of meeting you, Felicia Coffee, once again, seeing you in person. So good to connect with you. Buckle up, Felicia, and to everybody who is watching live because it's about to be a wild ride as I give you that scoop, skinny, and business tea. I didn't say it yet, but this is Wake Up Winning again. Let's go to work, everybody. So I want to give you your first news story of the day. The freight industry, aka the trucking industry, is really going through a difficult time. And so while some of you are not in trucking, you're not in the transportation industry, what I'm about to share with you, you're going to be able to flip and to see how you can level up in your own organizations and in your business. Now, the freight industry, according to Joe Antashak 3 days ago, he shared an article on freight industries that truckers grew in their income from 2021 to 2022, averaging from $225,000 a year in annual income to $240,000 a year. Now, some of you are aware of the big boom that we had on social media. There were a lot of influencers during the pandemic who were encouraging business owners or people who were tired of being in financial distress to follow their online programs and were pushing people, hey Larry, we're pushing people into the trucking industry. And I know several people personally who took that leap of faith, got into trucking. I do know some people got into trucking. They did make six figures just as the programs promised. They did have a lot of loads, especially in the early days of the pandemic. Now, unfortunately, what some of those business owners, those new rookie truckers did not know about was the flip side of trucking, that the overhead is crazy high. And when you're on the road spending hours and hours and hours on the road, it is exhausting on your vehicle. So repairs are through the roof, fuel is through the roof, tolls, the maintenance, it's a very expensive business. And not only if you only had to deal with fuel and repairs, that's one issue, but all of your overhead and legalities to run that business are pretty astronomical. And I know of one young man personally, after one of his last hauls where the truck broke down again, he parked that truck and fired himself. And so I'm sharing this with you all because this is the time of year where all of us have to reevaluate our client. So not only did truckers get a raise from $225,000 to $240,000 thanks to inflation, their expenses also went up from 22% to 38%. What did that include? Insurance, fuel, overhead, equipment and repairs, and new truck payments. Keep in mind, most people are not just going out in the street and putting a few $1,000s down and buying a brand new rig, buying a brand new truck. Not only on top of all the overhead, you got to make those truck payments. Now, what happened? As time went on and we got past the initial crisis, there were less options for loads and hauls. Now, some of the tenured drivers were able to withstand it because they had savings, but those rookie drivers, they are suffering in astronomical numbers. Now, how many of these truckers are out here on these streets? There are estimated of 350,000 to 400,000 truckers in North America, including Canada. And this business has seen tough times in the past. It's not like this industry has not seen tough times. They absolutely positively have. According to this article, they're showing that in the last 50 years, they have experienced dozens of is it a dozen? Yeah, dozens of recessions. Now, in that, what you might find is that some of these truckers become very unhealthy because of all of the stress of that business. You'll find that in this business, truckers are obese, they have diabetes, they smoke, and they are also fighting off fatigue because they have to meet vigorous deadlines. Now, I'm going somewhere with this. So if you're ever able to hang in there, stick with me for just a couple more minutes, and I'm going to tell you how this relates to you. Some of the weaknesses that this industry tends to experience is that while they may be really good at trucking, right? They may be really good at handling their business and getting the loads back and forth. They might be great on the highway. They may be good drivers. They are weak at bookkeeping, maintenance, load planning, dispatch, right? All of those things that help to make the business run. And so that's another piece that some of these trucker influencers who push people to invest into becoming truckers did not prepare their students for. And the challenge is that they got on these streets, they got these rigs, they had these crazy overhead, they were making this crazy money, but a lot of money was going out. And um, one of the problems is for people who get addicted to this industry, they get addicted to just jumping in a load, jumping in a vehicle, getting the money. They enjoy driving, they enjoy being on these cross country streets. They can't get out. They can't get out and stay out. So they're like, man, I'm done with the trucking industry. It's too much overhead. It's tiring. I'm always away from home. And then they go do something else, right? The challenge is that they go do whatever this something else is, and it's never as fulfilling. So then they're like forced to come back and do the thing that they know. But guess what? The cycle repeats and it goes over and over and over again. And so I wanted to talk to you all with the subject title of Get Out, because as we finish up the second month of the new year, and we've had a chance to get past the excitement and all of the promises we made to ourselves on January 1st of I want to be fitter and better and more financially astute, and I'm going to do this and be that. Now the truth of what you're really going to do, it's settling in right now. But here is what I want to encourage you with. While you transition to the second month of the year with all of this climate change and crime and violence and the world being as sick and as crazy as it is, there is still a lot of opportunity for you to find great opportunities to grow. And so, some areas where the industry is hiring, still spending money is in education. Now, some schools are doing some budget cuts because their enrollment is trickling back down again. The fear of, oh my God, my life might end is over. So some reality checks are coming back. But nevertheless, in education, because there is such a crisis around student safety, around student mental health, around student social health, these schools and industries in education are desperate to help their students to have successful outcomes. So there is a place for all of us to be able to grow in that industry. This is also a high time because it's elected official time. So for those of you who are not really plugged into elected officials and politicians, in the month of February, all of the candidates are working to get signatures so that they can go on the ballot. What that means is, even though many people are advertising on social media, on television, and communities that they are running for these different offices, the truth is no one is officially a candidate unless they can get enough signatures to put them on the ballot. Now, here's where it gets real funky at, right? So you go out and get your 1,000 signatures or however many it's needed for for the position in which you're running for office, but your competitors, right? All those other people who are running for that same spot, like they want to be council or they want to be mayor or they want to be rep or whatever the position is, a lot of those folks don't want you as their competition. They don't want to race against you in the spring because you may pull votes from them. So, what's going to happen is they're going to challenge every signature that you have on that ballot. So, if you've got a signature that looks a little funky, that was written out with a handwriting that was similar to another handwriting, if you've got any cross outs on your on your signature, hey cousin Diane, hi. If you've got any cross outs on your ballot, if any of those names don't look right, if there's an address conflict, baby, your peers, they are going to do their very best to get those signatures thrown out. And if you fall below a certain threshold, it's over. You cannot even run for the position that you have been championing about for the last days, weeks, or months. So, this is a really critical time. So, this is also fundraiser time, right? So a lot of your elected officials, they have to have money. They got to be dressed, fuel, hire teams, do marketing, show up. It's very expensive to run for office. So despite how challenging it is, what I'm saying to all of you as business owners, as leaders, as influencers, sure, you want to be focused on your industry. Hi, Michelle Vaughn. You want to be focused on your industry. You want to know what your community needs. You want to serve the people who you're going to do business with. But I want to encourage you all that you need to be sensitive about the climate. And so I started this conversation off talking to you about the trucking industry because people were excited, like, "Whoa, this is a whole new money game. I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I can be rich really quickly. This is what everybody is doing. I'm going to stop my job as a secretary. Forget all that. I can drive. I'm gonna own a trucking company, right? But did you do your due diligence? Did you see the competition that was out here on the streets? Because what ended up happening was there were a lot of people who also had the same idea and got into this industry, and then there was a saturated market of drivers and trucks, and then the loads got thinner. With thinner loads, that mean everybody can't eat equally. And so then people are stuck. And so my encouragement to you is, yes, do what you do. Feed your industry, flow in the marketplace in which you are serving, but be sensitive about the climate and what's happening around you. Who's spending money where? How long is that season? Right. So as we wrap up this conversation, I want you to get out of the mindset of thinking just completely tunnel vision. Well, I want all of us to continue to be focused, be thoughtful, be strategic, have your eye on the prize. But you do have to put your head on a little bit of a swivel and get out of the mindset that you just have to do this one thing. You want to be able to diversify how you show up based on the climate that's all around you. Because that was a mistake that I made in my business. I was so tunnel vision on coach that I missed big booms, that I missed opportunities, or opportunities came that I jumped on that were not good for me. So that is your tip today, and how you want to get out and do something different. Be thoughtful, study your industry. Now, I do want to take you to a place where I want to encourage you as you think about the team that you have all around you. Now, according to my devotion in Matthew, the ninth chapter, verses 1 through 2, a group of people took a man to Jesus who was paralyzed. And when Jesus saw this group of people who had this man that they wanted to get healed, according to his faith, he healed him. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this as I wrap up this Get Out episode of Wake Up Winning Again. Is it wasn't anything significant about the guy who was getting the healing. The significance was the passion, the enthusiasm, the faith, and the tenacity of the people who carried him. Who do you have around you? What is their faith for the path that you are headed on? Can you trust them to get you to where you have to be? So, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, my brothers and sisters, to CEOs and leaders everywhere, I want you to be sensitive about those who you have in position to carry you to get to your destination. Be mindful of people who do not have your best interest. You cannot allow loyalty to precede your safety. If you are not safe with someone who you have on your team or around you, you want to begin to move yourself away, because your team can either take you to the highest heights or to the lowest lows. In this case, thank God this team was dedicated and committed. And when this man came and he was lame, he was healed because of the tenacity and the hope and the vigor of the team. But we also know there's a flip side to that. So be mindful of those who you have around me. That's it. I'm done. I pray that you are encouraged, that you are enlightened, that you've got something that you never got before. Please, in the chat, can you tell me that you are here? While Jocelyn is still here, while Michelle is still here, and while my girl, Mrs. Brown, is here, Fayette Coppic Brown, I do want you all to catch me on Saturday. We will be celebrating with the Experience Dance Company by our very own Fayette Brown. I'm really excited and proud of the work that they are doing. Good afternoon to you, Miss Wims. They have pulled together a phenomenal Black excellent experience at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here in Philadelphia at 6600 Bustleton Avenue. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the chat right now. So if you all are asking where you're going to be at Bustleton Avenue, hi, how you doing? Pastor Lindy is on the line. 6600 Bustle. There you go. Yeah, they went 6600 Bustleton Avenue at 12 o'clock. I want you all to come out and celebrate and support Fayette. She's got this wonderful dance company. It's a really, really good lineup with children and families who are going to perform for you. There'll be food, there will be dancers, there'll be vendors there. And I want to encourage you that some of our very own are in the program. Chef Sadamini Brown will be there, and I am the opening keynote speaker. And so my assistant is coming, Pastor Lindy. I'm looking forward to having your support. So if you want to come out to support a Black excellent experience, the tickets might be going, but she might be able to squeeze one or two out. I will see you there, 6600 Bustleton Avenue. And so last but certainly not least, be mindful that our grand opening is next Friday. We will be at 932 East Hunting Park at our brand new location with a joint venture in collaboration with Minuteman Press. God bless you too, Cousin Diane. So I'm excited that our nonprofit Grow Together Snow Foundation has a brand new home where we can serve you with all of your road to $1 million, right? So on your road to 1 million or your next $1 million, our new business center is the key and premier place to help you to grow. Contracts, grants, access to construction bids. We're going to help you with your grand openings and to help you to open up with actual funding solutions. So for those of you who signed up on my campaign this week, we sent out over $50,000 worth of grant opportunities just this week. So Michelle, check your email because I sent you a grant for $10,000. It's going to expire tonight at 6 o'clock and I haven't filled it out yet. So as soon as I finish this conversation with you all, I am going to be filling out the grant for $10,000. The only people who got it was those who asked because I put it all over everything. And so if you asked for it, you got it as long as you were in the Grow with Snow VIP community. So that's all, folks. Thank you all for standing by and for checking me out today on Wake Up Winning. Get out of old mindsets. Find the tribe that is right for you. See you tomorrow, Saturday at 12 o'clock with the Black Excellent Dance Experience on next Friday, March 3rd. It's our grand opening. Bam! We got a business center. Okay. So let you see the flyer. Let me show you my screen. All right, hold tight. Let me make sure that it come right good. It'll come right up. Okay, hold on, everybody. I'm going to show you my screen so that you can see the flyer. Share screen. Yep. Do that. All right, here we go. Bam. Okay, so everybody, this is the flyer for the new grand opening business center that will be right in North Philadelphia at 932 East Hunting Park. The reservations and RSVPs are complimentary, and I'm super excited. God is good, y'all. Like, I just love God. He is always looking out for our best interest. It's from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Our joint venture partner is Minuteman Press, and I'm just grateful. So here are our partners, all of our businesses where we launch, land, grow, and scale, baby. Launch, land, grow, and scale. So I will see you all Friday, March the 3rd. That's it. It is a wrap, folks. You all have a wonderful day. Be blessed. Be well. And I'll see you next time. Everybody, how about you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day? You too can grow with snow.com. Bye, everybody.